Hello, cats and kittens. Mama Gat Gamer here with another installment of our playthrough through Final Fantasy XIV with Gavtia. And I'm really excited because we are ready to enter the Heavensward expansion. And it's kind of cutscene heavy at the beginning, but bear with us. It's got some really good stuff going on. I believe I will dress for better weather because Ishgard can be kind of cold. We'll roll with that one. Sir Emmerich's outfit is a good one. Yeah, they did a really good job on it. I was trying to say well done at the same time. I also have some, looks like I have a job quest here, but I'm going to do that later. I want to get into the expansion first of all. We can always come back to that. All right, Captain Dragonhead, here we come. Ms. Orchefon, do not hesitate to call upon me regardless of the hour. My home is your home, and I would see you afforded all comforts and courtesies. Rest and regain your strength, Gav. You shall have your redemption and your reckoning in due time, and when that day comes, I shall stand at your side. I love Orchefon. Apparently, in the other translations, like Japanese, French in particular, he's a little randy little dude. They toned him way down in the English localization. Greetings, sir. May I show you inside? Yes, please. Tataru says, no matter how long it takes, I have faith we will find the others. With Lady Yugiri's Shinobi Uriange's intelligence and my versatility, there's nothing we cannot do. All right. Elfino, ever well-dressed for cold weather. With half of his back and legs showing there. Coming to Ishgard, the time for action has come, and Elfino knows what he must do.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Elfino.
Lord Orchefon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortemps. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Tataru's nothing if not enthusiastic. I love her. Tataru says, they say the winds can be rather fierce on the steps of faith. Be sure to wrap up before we go. Well, I'm ready. Besides, cats have fur. We'll stay warm. Elfino says, not at all the circumstances under which I had hoped to visit Ishgard for the first time, but so be it. His voice actor has changed, if you've noticed. All of the Scion voice actors changed for the expansions and beyond. There's been articles on why that happened. My guess is probably, just purely financial, from what I'm kind of reading through the lines. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My men servant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then... I don't know if they have anything new to say. Nope. Okay. Speak with the Temple Knight and Gate Guard at the Gates of Judgment. I wonder what these guys have to say. You've served us well, adventurer. The Temple Knights would have been hard-pressed indeed to turn back the Horde alone. Mayhap this time I return to the practice yard. Yeah, they did have something different to say this time. Channelier. Nay, I'll not deny it. Without your skill and fortitude, this city would now be ash. Would that more of your adventuring brethren possess such qualities? And not everybody can be the Warrior of Light, right? Marcelin. Greetings and welcome, my friend. I'm pleased to hear that you have been granted entry to the Holy See. I know no adventurer more worthy of the privilege. Now then, is there something you require? No. I just need you to open the gate for me. But I gotta talk to this other guy first. Words of House Fortemps. Yes, you may pass. Proceed to Ishgard.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the memoirs of Count Edmont de Fortemps, Heavensward. I don't know if you could hear the soprano's voice over some of the sound effects, but holy cow is she high. Just way up in the stratosphere there. Talk about an amazing coloratura. I don't know how she hits those notes. All right. Elfinon says, from afar, the spires did not seem so tall. Gods, I feel like a child in a giant's castle, says Tataru. House Fortemps' manservant. Greetings, Master Tia. On behalf of House Fortemps, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would come with me... Well, the first thing I'm going to do is attune to this aetheryte before I do anything else. Ah, okay. I'm gonna pick up this Ethernet shard. Just out of convenience. But, then we'll go to the Pillars. Because I know they're going to make us go all over the place. Normally I would go around the city and unlock all the Ethernet shards first, but we'll be doing that very shortly anyway. So, may as well do it as part of the quest. I went the wrong direction. The Ishgard can be a little confusing. I'm getting lost. I think we have to go up and around. There we go. I wonder what the guard says. Greetings, sir, and welcome to Fortemps Manor. Alfino changing in warmer clothes. That's good. To look upon the splendor of these heights, one would little suspect the ruin wrought by the wyverns below. Tatara says, is it just me, or is the air up here different? You can almost smell the wealth and power. Gods, it's making me feel faint. Orshifon, the warrior of light and his brave companions walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fortemps Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmont de Fortemps, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortemps, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortemps.
The honor is mine, Master Alfino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Let's see what everybody has to say. Tataru says, so this is what the inside of the manor of a high house looks like. To think that Lord Artoirel was raised here. So, what do you think? Be honest. It's great, isn't it? Like he's gonna get his... Yes. As I said before, my house is your home. Oh, let me try that again. As I said before, my home is your home. After all you have done on our behalf, it is the least I can offer. Artoirel. Greetings, Scion, and welcome. We are honored by your presence. Emmanuel, they'll be whispering about you soon if they aren't already. The mysterious guests of House Fortemps or some such. Steward says, greetings, Master Tia. How may I be of assistance? What do you do here? Me? Why, I'm but a humble steward, sworn to House Fortemps. I doubt you wish to hear the minutiae of my duties. Simply put, at the behest of my lord the Count, I manage household affairs. I have served at his pleasure for more than 50 years, and by the Fury's grace, I shall serve for 50 more. Tell me about House Fortemps. The origins of House Fortemps can be traced back to King Thordan and his Knights 12. Ours was one of the 4 founding houses of Ishgard. Accordingly, our interests extended far beyond the walls of the city proper. Camp Dragonhead, for instance, is our responsibility. As for the family, you have, of course, met my lord Count Edmont de Fortemps, who is the head of our house. His 2 sons, my lords Artoirel and Emmanuel, are next in line. May the Fury watch over and keep them from harm. As for those sworn to House Fortemps, in addition to the knights, squires, and infantry, more than 100 craftsmen, retainers, and other servants possessed of notable skill are pledged to our service. Given our strong position, one might expect us to have no truck with foreign merchants and sellswords. However, nothing could be further from the truth. I should think that my lord the Count was quite clear on this point, but it was our hope that you and your allies would, by your deeds, help us to convince the other high houses of the wisdom in opening the gates of judgment to all, among other things. More than anything else, though, I suspect he saw in you potential. Tell me about Ishgard. More than 1,000 years ago, Halone appeared before King Thordan I and bade him lead his people to the Promised Land, to the lands we now call home. And so the king and his Knights 12 did as was commanded. They came to Kurthus to found a great kingdom in the Fury's name. But the great worm Nidhogg would not have it so. With hatred in his heart, Nidhogg sought out King Thordan. In the ensuing battle, the king and half his knights were slain, but his son Haldrath rallied the others and drove back the fell beast. Thus did the war between our peoples begin, the war between dragon and man. For 1,000 years, Ishgard has stood against the Horde, and not once were our defenses breached, until the day Lady Iceheart's allies shattered our wards on the steps of faith. Though the wyverns were slain before they could breach our defenses here, those in Foundation were not so fortunate. Unarmed men, women, and even children were made to feel the Dravanians' wrath. Walls can be rebuilt, but lives lost can never be reclaimed. My lord the Count knows this all too well. There's no lady of the house, so I'm assuming that he's widowed. Small talk. It is an honor to have you with us, Master Tia. Let's see. I don't know that I want a feather hanging out of my ear here. Oh, hey, just saw you. How are you? Elfino says, though our friends in House Fortemps have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home so that we might become more self-sufficient. Tatari says, it'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. Elfido says, 'twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Count says, very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. Their documentation is in order, I trust. The manservant says, yes, my lord. Oh, those are quite nice. The Count says, those documents identify you as wards of House Fortemps. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortemps. But let us hope it shall not come to that. Elfino says, rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Gav, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go! I'm going to change to Bard for this because we're going to be running all over the place. And Peloton is a wonderful thing. They're probably wondering why you're wearing their lord's outfit, right? Why, Sir Emmerich, you've become a cat. Elfino says, I confess it has long been a dream of mine to visit Ishgard. To my childish self, her towers, bridges, and cobbled streets seemed akin to something from a fairy tale, and I have never quite outgrown the fantasy. I'm glad I have a map. Okay, Totaru, great. The manservant says, as this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hauptplan, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled croisier, where you may purchase all manners of goods and services before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If there are no objections. Elfino says, the Holy Vault, where Archbishop Thornton VII rules from on high. Tataru, they're awfully fond of statues, aren't they? Hey, what if I took up sculpting? I bet you could make a fortune at a place like this, and we need every gil we can get. Can you see Tataru making statues? But yeah, it's really nice looking. I love the stained glass effects. I'm a stained glass geek. I love that stuff. The manservant says, the Hauptplan, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Elfino says, begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thornton's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alfino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thordan I to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the Jeweled Croisier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Eles, our master of the markets. Yeah, I've got my crafting up to, let me see where I got my crafting up to. 30s to 50s, and that's mostly by just turning in stuff to the Grand Company. Yeah, I just buy it on the market board, or actually even at the vendors, and turn it in. That's like a really passive way of doing it, and it can be a little pricey, but sometimes making the stuff is more expensive than buying it off the market board or buying it at a vendor. When you add in all the materials, unless you gather them yourself. I have not attuned to this shard yet, so let's go grab that. I haven't started on on Tyrius. I haven't even started some of those class quests for them. I will do that. I will definitely call you. I'm sure I'll have some in the not too distant future. Let's see. We got those unlocked. I have to go to the Jeweled Croisier. We got a pizza delivery. Frondiguar says, up above you'll find St. Raymond's Cathedral and the Holy Vault. Pray observe proper decorum should you wish to proceed. Okay, keep that in mind. Sometimes these guys have pop-up bubbles of things to say. Oh. Oh, okay. We got a delivery at the same time as pizza. Elfinos says, not a single scorched stone in sight. To watch these merchants going about their business, one would think the dragons had never attacked. If you want to buy something, let me do the talking. I could haggle for Ul'dah. Yes, she could. And do not let Alfino buy anything. The manservant says, I present to you Mistress Eles. Mayhap you would like to say a few words? Yeah. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, wards of House Fortemps. How very interesting. Elfino says, Count Edmont has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we'll have need of sundry goods. Hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Oh, young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrement, medicine, materials. Whatever you desire, it can be found in the Croisier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. The manservant says, our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza and Foundation, if everyone is ready. I wonder if we can go. I could probably like go back and use the Ethernet shard, but I needed to repair some stuff anyway. You can get armor here from level 30 to level 60. It's actually pretty good. And looks fairly decent. Some of that stuff looks really dorky, but some of this armor is definitely better looking. Oh, Sky Steel Manufactory. Okay. We're going to go to the Ethernet Plaza. Gwendelenbo? An adventure, eh? Well, call yourself whatever you please. When the dragons are finished with you, we'll call you something else. I'd like to see the dragons try. Tataru says, do you ever get a funny tingling feeling when you attune to an aetheryte? Or is it just me? No? So it is just me. Oh, I've already attuned myself to the aetheryte. I trust you have as well. Yeah. First thing we did. Manservant says, and here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. You don't think it's anything serious, do you? The tingling, I mean. There couldn't be something wrong with my anima, could there? If you have attuned to the aetheryte, then let us move on. I'm eager to see more of the city. Your guide is eager to continue your tour of Ishgard. As for our next destination, Elfino says, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The manservant says, the Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly. Well, to the south and east, well, 'twould be best if you avoided that area. Yeah, Maro is barking. She's a great doorbell. Elfino says, and why is that? The manservant says, I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alfino. Somebody replies, Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. Elfino says, "You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler." "Oh, come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down the Hopalon and gawp at the statues? Well, if you have a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight, if your nursemaid'll let you." The manservant says, "My humblest apologies, Master Elfino. Please, pray, pay that drunken lout no mind." Elfino says, "Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself." "I trust you see the wisdom of this, Gav. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events?" "Then I'm coming too," says Tataru. I am going to pick up that chocobo stable real quick while I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, I'll forget. Be with you in a moment, sir. Okay, well, we at least talked to her, so hopefully it'll be unlocked. There's Forgotten Knight. ITN is looking you up and down and grinning. "Well, well, well, what have we here? You look like you've seen a scrap or two. The name's ITN, and I'm a proud member of Clan Centurio, the toughest band of warriors this side of the steppes. You'll have heard of the Hunt, right? The Grand Companies run it in the rest of Eorzea, but up here it's the clan's concern. We follow the same system, but we're free to pick our own marks. Reckon you got the speed, the strength, and the heart to take down some of the most ferocious fiends this side of the Seventh Hell. If you think you're up to the challenge, head downstairs and have a word with Artoirel. He'll fill you in on the details." All right. "Good morrow to you, young master. How can I be of service?" "Oh, so you fancy trying your hand at the Hunt, do you? Well, if ATN reckons you're up to it, it isn't for an old man like me to say elsewise. Me and him are members of Clan Centurio, a ragtag band of glory hunters, mercenaries, and has-beens brought together by Sir Lodast, one of Ishgard's most noble of nobles. Whenever a monster grows too big for its boots, we're the ones who risk our necks to take it down. Doesn't matter who you are or where you come from, as long as you can wield a weapon and you don't fear death, you'll always be welcome in this clan. Take me, for instance. I was born 1,000 malms from here, but now I'm the one showing the new recruits the ropes. So, how about it, young master? Will you be joining us in the Hunt? If the fame and glory is not enough for you, perhaps the rich rewards on offer might change your mind. Then welcome to the clan, or what was your name again? Gav, is it? All right, then I'll put your name in the book. Now I suppose you'll be wanting to take a look at some of our marks. Head up those stairs and out the door. The clan hunt board is on the wall outside, round to the left. You'd better stick to the level 1 marks for the nonce. No point running before you can walk. Wonder what they got. If you haven't got Centurio seals, then I got nothing for you. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Okay. Gibrion says, "Must say, this is Rather unusual, not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. Alfino says, we've but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her most notable establishments. Master Gibrion. Just Gibrion will do. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty night, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their taste. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. Alfino says, you speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? Because when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. I'm assuming he means fog. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few people are still sore about that mine, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your butte, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir, says Alfino. The manservant says, Master Alfino, I think it would be best if we return to Fortemps Manor. Tataru says, you go on without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place. Least of all a maiden. Alfino says, what are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alfino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please, do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a guild for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Gibrion says, not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it. Tataru, Gav and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by Link Pearl if you require assistance. I will. Don't you worry, Gav. If there's any news of our friends, I'll find it. Gibrion says, always a pleasure to greet a new customer. Something I can do for you, friend? What do you do here? Being that it's my tavern, I suppose I can do whatever I please. For the most part, I dispense drinks and advice as the situation warrants. Wasn't always so. I did my duty, took my wounds, and hung up my shield, as did the owner before me. You might call it a tradition. They say that the sir who built this tavern was happy to be forgotten. Rather surveil instead of steal. Had a way with words, he did. And with women. But that's a story for another time. What kind of place is it? Of all the taverns in all of Ishgard, he walks into mine. He's just there for the waters, right? It's a reference to Casablanca, if you all don't know. The Forgotten Night is just another place for travelers and locals alike to partake of food and drink. Upstairs, you'd like to find more well-to-do regulars mingling with travelers. Downstairs, well, that's where you'll find the locals. Right or wrong, people have a habit of sticking with their own, and Ishgardians are no different. We've got different tastes, to say the least, but we try to cater to them all as best we can. I wonder what's down here. drunk guy. They're all dead. It was me who killed them. Aw. Can I help you, sir? Bowl of beets? Small beer, perhaps? Ah, him? Lost his little girl to the pox. Best leave him be. Aw, poor guy. Examine the clan hunt board. Okay. Clan hunt board is covered in bills showing the details of wanted monsters. Follow Ardalin's advice and pick any level 1 clan mark bill that takes your fancy. As a new member of Clan Centurio, you are permitted to take bills for level 1 clan marks from the clan hunt board. Defeat the monsters described on the bills and you will be rewarded with Centurio seals, which can be exchanged for exclusive items. To exchange Centurio seals or to learn more about the hunt, speak with Ardalin in the Forgotten Night. Okay. I'm not even gonna take these for right now. Because I can't even get into some of these places, like the Dravanian Forelands and Sea of Clouds can't reach right now. So we'll leave off that for the time being. Welcome, Master TM. Shall I show you inside the manor? Yes, yes, please. Just feels like the right thing to do to bow to him. The Count says, "Tell us then, Master Alphino, does Ishgard meet with your expectations?" Alphino says, "That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took, and when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy." The Count says, "The attack was devastating. The casualties, unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There's much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply." Alphino says, "Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord? After all you've done for us, we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness." The Count says, "That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are guests in my home to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligations, let or lean. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse." "Good. What would you ask of us?" says Alphino. The Count says, "From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Master Tia, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoirel and Emmanuel in their duties." "I beg your pardon," says Artoirel. "I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance." Manolin says, Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work?" Hold your tongues. By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station and show Master Tia the respect he deserves. This is the man who slew Gaius von Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. He's not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand boy. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Master Tia, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Apparently, sounded too much like, hey, SIRI. Oh, let's see what they have to say. Mr. Madeleine says, I look forward to working with you, Gav. It's going to be grand. Onorwa says, please look after Lord Madeleine, Master Tia. Does he have anything new to say? Oh, nothing new to say. Steward? Nothing new. They do change periodically, I discovered. Alfino says, 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortemps has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, whilst simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Oh, I missed Artoirel back there. He is less than eager to brief you on his mission. Let us begin anew, Master Tia. I am Sir Artoirel de Fortemps, eldest son of Count Edmont de Fortemps. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me. Unlike some. Orchefort has spoken of you often. If you are even half the man he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then, we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of houses Durandare and Zemail. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice it to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and Foundation. I think I need to unlock a few more Ethernet shards. I'll probably do that on the way to the stable. Ah, Master Tia. Lord Madeleine would like to speak with you. When a man like Lord Madeleine is in high spirits, you can be sure that trouble is in store. It's not wrong. Shall we be off then, old boy? Ah, but where are my manners? Madeleine de Fortemps, second son of Count Edmont de Fortemps. Trueborn, that is. Yes, yes, I know what you're thinking, and you are absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off, 'tis true, but who would be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old boy, not I. Which is why I need your help to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tales of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Artoirel. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Ha ha ha. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House Ionart. They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they have fallen on hard times since the calamity, poor blighters. As for what precisely we will be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take the airship to Camp Cloudtop. Wonder if the steward has anything new to say. Oh, okay. Just in case. I'm going to do Lord Artoirel's stuff first, because he's the eldest son, that's why. We need to unlock the broom. Okay. And then we'll have everything unlocked, actually, already. Go to the Forgotten Knight. Went the wrong way. We've attuned ourselves to all the Ethernet charts. And Gates of Judgment are now accessible as an Ethernet destination. Nice. Looks like the Athenium Astrologicum is the closest place. Oh, I want to go to the Chocobo Keep instead. Sorry, Madeline. Your sassy little face comes second. Now in Cold Ishgard, yeah. My hubby sent me a text showing me the weather in St. Louis, where it's probably about 15, 20 degrees colder than here. I was thinking, better him than us. Artoirel says, I've secured Chocobo porters for the two of us. The Chocobo Keep has yours. Greetings, Master Tia. I've saddled a black Chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands as per Lord Artoirel's instructions. Will this be your first time riding a black Chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat, as I dare say you know, this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, they can carry you quite high, too, even over Snowcloak. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course, like all porters. She's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself. So just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all times, if you please. Keep all hands and feet inside till the ride has come to a complete stop.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, he came.
Excuse me while I attune. I'm under 4,000 points away from leveling up. Artoirel says, "The world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us." Redwald says, "It's been far, far too long, Lord Artoirel. And who might your companion be?" "Pray, forgive us our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Gavtia, ward of House Fortemps." "Ah, yes, of course. Lord Drumont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service?" Redwald says, "Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Master Tia is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for his benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers. And then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement and the entirety of the Western Highlands were to be abandoned." Artoirel says, "Abandoned to the heretics. Lady Ishgard and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since." Redwald says, "Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives. But as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated." Artoirel says, as promised, we have House Fortemps at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. What he has to say now. Sir Redwald and I are discussing how to deal with the heretics in this region. In the meantime, I ask that you see to other matters. Ooh, I wonder what these look like. That's not bad looking. Yeah, that's a little weird looking, but alright. Bland, but pretty appropriate for a scout, right? For scouting gear, anyway. Several craftsmen in service to House Samael are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me he has need of a man with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? Yeah. I wonder what Toursine has to say. Ishgard's proud standard flies over Falcon's Nest once more. We must see that it remains so. Alright. The Maricel says, at first, I thought I'd be grateful for peaceful posting, but now I'm not so sure. Granted, I'm liable to live longer here, but I could do with a touch more excitement. Subini? Oh, you are speaking to me? Sorry, I spent so much time alone with these old papers. Really, I do wish the soldiers had done a better job of organizing the records before the calamity. Thingunde. Everything looks to be in order. Is aught to miss? What do you do here? Keep watch for dragons and heretics. What else? You never know when the enemy might strike. It is my duty to ensure that the reconstruction of Falcon's Nest proceeds apace. To that end, our craftsmen must be able to work without fear for their safety. House Durandare shares this responsibility with House Samael. Should our efforts come to naught, both houses will have to answer to the Holy See. What kind of place is this? Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights. Many were skilled falconers who trained their birds to track the horde. Then the snows came. The garrison was forced to withdraw, along with most everyone else in the Western Islands. But times have changed. The Holy See would see us reclaim what was lost, starting with Falcon's Nest. It won't be easy, but anything worth doing rarely is, eh? He's not wrong, you know. Roth says, yes, I'm Roth, and who might you be? Ah, the promised help! Glad to have you aboard. I've the honor of overseeing this fine mess you see before me. Sent me over on one of them black birds, same as you, to build and mend and tell others how to build and mend. But fury take me, this ice. It's bloody unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my word, there are pockets of them here and there just waiting for me to turn me back so that I can sneak out, do their dirty work. So I need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, you're sure to find them. Hope I didn't aggro the striking dummy. Well, that was kind of a cool sound that it made. Joslu? Isn't it obvious? I'm watching for my birds. What better vantage point from which to spy our enemies from the sky? Okay. Seeing if there's anything else around here. I don't think there is. Ah, you can't go up there. Yeah, back to Roth. I need to get some more XP in this poor dragoon. Ah, now there's a man that looks like he's found his marks. You're just the sort we need around here. The kind that'll hop too when he sees a task needs done. Good help is hard to find, a sad truth that Roth knows well. What this looks like. That's very Harlequin. Okay. If you're into pink and purple, like, you know, the Minfilia colors, that one's for you. That one's kind of bland, but okay. You're a dab hand at Warcraft, I can tell. Not that I've any skill at arms to speak of mine, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a waste to keep it to myself when there's others out there that need help, same as me, so if you're keen to keep on doing what you've done, I'd ask you to head north to the Pike, the bloody huge statue out in the waste if you've never been. Mason by the name of Tiermont is out there tending to the thing. Good man, Tiermont, but I reckon he's taken on too much work for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. Well, once again, we are not able to fly. We might aggro these guys, I'm not sure. Yep. Tiermont says, "Hail to you, traveler. What brings you out this way? Foreman Roth, bid you assist me? Well, far be it from me to turn down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of the sculpture. 5 years of neglect has not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just the thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I'd be in your debt." Okay. There you are. Have you the bristles? Dark bristles. Thick, deep gray bristles sheared from a wild beast. Ah, feel how coarse that is? That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from the statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldrath, first of the Azure Dragoons, and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Dravanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this desecration of our nation's hero. Soon the statue will be, as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of Ishgard and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honor. Can't quite see it from here. Can't get my camera angled right. Before you return to Falcon's Nest, Tirmo has a favor to ask. Are you for Falcon's Nest? If so, I have a favor to ask. There's this knight, Sir Isidore, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect, more than I deserve, to be honest. Any road while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, friend. Oh, I see where she's at. Okay. I gotta go up and around here. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. Once hot package unintentionally left by Usador to cool in the frigid highland winds. Confound it, that fool of a... what a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Tirmo labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try to eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A highborn knight cannot be seen favoring a lowborn mason in such a manner. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist Tirmo. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be safe and swift. Pray, give my regards to Sir Redwald. All right, let's go back to Falcon's Nest. Just got a pop-up for my antivirus saying, oh, we found all this stuff that I clear off with another free app, and so I don't have to pay for theirs. I must applaud your initiative, Master Tia. Roth tells me you've been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task to which I would commit all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Artoirel included. In times such as these, Sir Redwald is glad to have veterans like you to whom he can turn. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Drillmont said. Good. We've lost contact with a reconnaissance party sent north to Riversmeet in search of the heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not. But regardless of the cause, we must act swiftly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim, and has claimed, the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I have assigned each party a different area to search. You and Lord Artoirel will be working together. Seek him out when you are ready to depart, and good luck. Sounds like an instance kind of thing. I don't think so yet. Seems we've been assigned the area near Camp Riversmeet, Master Tia. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from the Kurthus Western Highlands. One of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. 'Twould not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. We should be getting an item fairly soon that lets us find these ether currents. Where is Riversmeet? Ah, okay. A little chilly down there. There, below us, Camp Riversmeet. Or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliffs safely from here. Should we fall, the beasts below would make short work of us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below. East of the bridge. East of the Black Iron Bridge. I would jump down there. Except, I think we gotta go talk to Artoirel over this way. If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Riversmeet. Till we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. I've discovered a new location. The camp appears to be deserted, yet I cannot shake the feeling that... Master Tia, please search the camp while I stand watch. We dare not let the enemy take us unawares. Almost looks like it used to be an aetheryte. Are you all right? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved, just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Master Tia. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Naught but white all around. Till we saw shapes moving toward us, running towards us, with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards that came close, but the others, there was shouting and screaming. But after a while, I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to the camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. Artoirel says, but the heretics tracked you here. My lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must... Artoirel says, have faith, sir. Justice will be done. But first, we must see you to safety. Yay. Now I hopefully won't aggro these guys. I can still fight. At the end of our hope, Lord Artoirel seems loath to forego any opportunity to locate the heretic's hiding place. He has the right of it, Master Tia. Whatever remains of the heretic's trail will be gone with the next snowfall, but we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the heretic's trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realize that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured we will not be far behind. And Gav, thank you. We'll know in a moment. Oh, I missed out on XP. Forgot to eat my food. Hey, 3% of 50,000 can be quite a few points of XP. Looks like we have an instance quest here. All right, level sync is in effect. We do. The tracks continue to the north. continue to the north. Suspicious footprints. You want to take the cane waving one out first. Don't kill him, okay? I've made this mistake like twice. If you kill him, like, really borks the duty. So we're just gonna follow him. We're not gonna kill him. We're just gonna follow him down the stairs here. Actually, we're gonna kill the cane waving one. Because that's our healer. Ah, Lady Iceheart.
Looking for me, I presume.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
No, it cannot be.
He cameth unto me, as didst thou. Alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true. warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. And then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen where I found, but I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course, and not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr.
Ooh.
And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were and should ever be.
I don't know if that's even possible. So our choices are, killing civilians won't bring them together, and then, what are the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation? I'm gonna do that one.
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control.
They all say that.
Children taught to fear the skies, who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Master Tia, praise Helone, you are alive. We came as swiftly as we could, but I see we were too late. So, they were lurking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from your accomplishment. We have them on the run. You've dealt our foes telling blow this day, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognized. Establishing an outpost in so remote a location could not have been easy. Tenacious devils. Knights, be not proud. Lord Artoirel would rather not linger without cause. The knights have matters here well in hand. Let us return to Falcon's Nest and share our discoveries with Sir Redwald. Come, after tracking heretics across malms of ice and snow, I would say you are due a few hours' rest next to a warm fire. Yepers. Warmth would be good. I'm gonna pick up some XP just running around the area here. Oh, that looks like a boss over there. Yes, yes it is. I think we shall steer clear of it. Probably don't want to jump all the way down there. All right, we finished talking to Redwald. Yeah, there's ether currents in Heavensward. Yep, for sure, for sure. Redwald says, Lord Artoirel, Master Tia, full glad am I to see you both hale and healthy. What news? You mean to say you hunted the heretics down on your own and slew them before reinforcements could arrive? By the Fury! Artoirel says, I believe we have made great strides towards purging these lands of heretics, and I mean to say as much when I deliver my report to my father in the Holy See. As will I, Lord Artoirel. May it serve to remind our superiors what houses Durandare and Fortemps can achieve through continued cooperation. Artoirel says, Indeed, I trust you and your knights are content to handle the rest. We most certainly are, my lord. During your short time with us, you and Master Tia have accomplished far more than I had thought possible. I cannot in good conscience impose upon you any longer. Pray, return to Ishgard with my thanks. Artoirel says, As you wish, Sir Redwald. We thank you for your hospitality. Do you have anything else to say? Mayhap your deeds here will serve to demonstrate the following, continuing to exclude foreigners from our lands. With more hardworking men and women like you, Ishgard would be much the stronger. Right. Speak with Artoirel at Fortemps Manor. I'm going to speak to him, and then I will finish for this evening. We got a guild event coming up, or FC event coming up. And I need to grab something to eat. Your skin is like the snow, your eyes like sapphires. Wonder if she has anything to say to us. Kind of interesting clothes there. Little hennons on their heads. On her head. Welcome, Master Tia. May I show you inside the manor? Yes, yes you can. Stuart have anything new to say? Greetings, Master Tia. How may I be of assistance? Not a whole lot here. Artoirel. Master Tia, I would speak plain. From the first, I questioned your motives and your competence. Unjustly, I now realize. Rumors have a way of growing more fantastic as they spread, and quite frankly, those surrounding you beggar belief. But Orchifon swore that all the stories were true. He championed your cause and begged Father to grant you patronage. And he duly listened because, for all his wisdom, he has never been able to say no to my dear half-brother, the legacy of my father's sole indiscretion. Mother hated him, of course. Even on her deathbed, she refused to acknowledge him. And, to be honest, she was not alone in her feelings. But that is not the worst of it. At Camp Riversmeet, when we came upon the wounded knight, I knew immediately that one of us would have to pursue the heretics alone. An onerous task, fraught with danger. And there you were, the savior of Eorzea and honored guest of House Fortemps, my new comrade in arms, Orchifon's dear friend. I told myself it was to be a test, but part of me hoped you would fail. Yet you accepted the task without a word of protest, nor any sign of fear, and you duly tracked the enemy down, faced him alone, and lived to tell the tale. Plainly, Orchifon had the right of it all along. That I doubted your strength bespeaks mine own weakness. But I will not doubt you again, Master Tia. On that you have my word. These are cool-looking boots, I must say. Any new small talk? All right. We are going to port back to the Free Company. We're going to leave it here for today so I can grab some dinner, but we made some headway into Heavensward. And I look forward to seeing y'all very soon. A cat joke. Got to have her cat joke. All right. Why don't kittens like online shopping? They prefer catalogs. Catalogs. You have a good night, cats and kittens. Mama Cat Gamer is signing off for the evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.